Gamers, you know what I'm sick of? My tools being absolute dog shit. So in this episode, I'm gonna get a library building created so we can move in some villages and get some enchanting books. Then I want to upgrade our crappy sugarcane farm and crop farm into some fully automatic ones. So let's get started. All right, so for this library, we're gonna need a whole bunch of resources as I'm gonna make this pretty big. So I've grabbed pretty much everything I've got. I've got more stone smelting. I know I'm gonna need more. And I've found the perfect spot, which is over here. It's nice and flat and a big open area as well. So we're not gonna have to do too much terraforming, which is a big bonus. Also, I'm really sick of taking this path to get over this ravine, as going over there takes too long. So I'm gonna make a bridge in between here as well eventually. But yeah, so this spot right here is where I wanna make our library. So first, I'm just gonna have to clear out all of this grass, which is probably gonna take forever. Oh, I probably could have brought a water bucket, eh? Oh, I have one, it's actually not full. Is there any water around here? That'd be pretty good. Oh yep, there's some down here. Hell yeah. And this should make getting rid of all the grass a lot quicker and easier. Okay, now that we've got a decent area cleared out, let's get started making the outline. So the basic layout that I want to go with is kind of a U shape. And I think I want each of the actual like sticky out bits for the U to be able to fit an enchanting table. So I'm going to make these maybe 5 wide and then enchanting table books. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big build, honestly. What is that? Oh, it's my horse. Oh my God, I completely forgot about this horse. I put it in a hole because I tamed it and I don't have a saddle. So I forgot you need a saddle to actually steer him. He's just been in that hole this whole time, that poor guy. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we finally hit 100,000 subscribers, which is honestly, like, it's crazy. I didn't expect to reach that until like late next year sometime or something, and it's really crazy that we hit that so quickly. And I am honestly eternally grateful for you guys and all of the recent support. It's been really crazy. But yeah, continuing on with our build here. So as you can see, I'm going with this general kind of layout. It's just a U-shaped building. It's going to be a little bit smaller than I thought it might be actually, which is probably good. I don't want this to take forever to build. So now let's raise all of these up, and I'm going to need a whole lot more wood for this. It's time to go chop down some more big spruce trees in a minute. There we go, I've ran out of wood, but you can see the basic kind of layout that I'm going with here. I'm gonna need a whole lot more wood to go in between all of these pillars, so just give me a minute. I'm gonna go chop down some more trees. Okay, there we go. There's the final layout for the pillars, I guess, of the base. I mean, of the library. You can tell I make too many tutorial videos. Okay, now onto the wall designs. I'm thinking just something like this. Then at the tops here, we're gonna chuck in some upside down stone brick stairs. And then I'm gonna put some fences in here for the windows. I should also probably showcase the design that we're putting in here before we get started with the time lapse. So I'm thinking either this, and we put 2 Nah, that definitely looks whack. What the hell? Nah, no, we're not doing that. We're just gonna stick with what we've done with all of the other builds, which is a fence in the center, and then we got fence gates on the sides, and then we're gonna chuck a lantern below that. I just see an enchanted spider. Like, what is that? Why are these guys enchanted? You have like a potion effect going on. Is there a witch or something, I'm guessing? Do they power up other mobs? What does this game become? Like, what is that? Man, there's no witches around. That is weird. I've never seen that before in my life. Back to bed. Too scary for me. Alright, so now it's time to get started on the roofs. And I'll probably do this as a time lapse as well, just because it's pretty boring, to be honest. Alright, now with the roofs done, I feel like these front 2 are a little bit too kind of tall. So I think what I'm going to do is actually make them just slab roofs. So instead of transitioning to stairs here, I'm just going to keep going with the slabs. And that should get it looking a little bit more mellow compared to this. And yeah, we'll see how that looks in just a second. Alright, and yeah, that's looking a whole lot better now. Now what I want to do is add in our pathway that's going to go right down the center. And then I'm going to get some blocks to add in for our little gardens that are going to be on the sides here. I'll probably just do that in my own time as it's a bit boring, so yeah. The next thing I'm probably gonna get done now is the interior. Oh my God, what? Bro, why do these guys keep coming here? Look at them. They're staring at me ominously. I don't like it. I'm probably gonna have to deal with these guys again, man. Like, what is their problem? Like, if these guys spawn in my village and kill my villagers, I'm actually gonna cry. All right, so I just went and did some mining to get some obsidian so I can make an enchanting table to chuck in here. I eventually probably maybe want to get 2, maybe 1 in each corner, but yeah, it seems those guys are gone now. I guess they just despawned, thankfully. But yeah, so now we can head on inside and start off with the interior design. Firstly, I want to figure out where I want to put the stairs, and I'm thinking maybe like like a main kind of central staircase. We'll probably just chuck it here for now, and I'll change it later if I really need to. All right, now with all of the ceiling done, it's time to do the floor. I want this floor to be a little bit more cozy, so I'm simply just adding a ring of stone around the outside kind of layer of the floor, and then for the inside, I'll be adding in some spruce planks. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna add in a couple of lanterns around the place. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, and so these little sections over here are where the lecterns are gonna go. I've only got 2 for now because I need to make a sugarcane farm, and we'll get to that shortly. Now what I wanna do is bring over a couple of villagers to chuck them in here so that I can get some enchanting books, preferably mending. I really wanna get that so I don't have to remake some more diamond tools because my axe and my pickaxe are running low. So now I need to figure out a way to get the villagers over here. I'm probably just gonna do a boat. It's gonna take forever, so I don't really have enough iron to make like a minecart trail or anything. All right, so once I actually started thinking about how long it would take to use the boat method, I just went ahead and bit the bullet and used all my iron to make some rails. So now it's time to go over and greet our villagers, chuck 1 or 2 in this minecart, and bring them all the way over here to the library. Okay, I think I've actually had a change of plans. So what I've done is made a little pit here and chucked our 1 guy in here. And what I'm gonna do is get 1 more villager, bring them here, and then make this like my breeding chamber, I guess, for now. Because doing that whole thing as many times as I need, like villagers and stuff, it's gonna suck actual anus. So I think, yeah, I'm just gonna bring 2 here, breed them, and then kind of just release them into our village once we've got the fence set up and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in our 2nd villager right now. All right, now using some wheat that I may have liberated from their original village. I have a bunch of bread here, so I can start chucking this in, and they should pick it up, and then they should start breeding, hopefully. That's the plan, at least. All right, gamers, now it's time to do my least favorite thing ever in this entire game, which is head to the nether. I want to make a fully automatic sugarcane farm, and for that we need nether quartz for the observer blocks. So we're gonna have to make a really quick trip to the nether. I'm praying that this is not the end of the series right here, because it very well could be. All right, here we are at the shithole. I already see some nether quartz. We're in the green, mate. We are in the absolute green here. Okay, so let's get up here and get this juicy stuff. All right, so we've got 19 nether quartz. That should literally be enough for quite a while. And yeah, so that's literally it. We're done now in the nether. I'm very happy with the way that turned out. So let's get back home and out of this hellhole. All right, so now that I've got everything I need, I'm going to start making a fully automatic sugarcane farm. And I think the spot that I want to build this is right here. Time to excavate a little bit of an area and get started. Alright, so I want this to be able to hold 9 sugar canes like in a row. So we're gonna just start right here, I guess. Now, as I'm building this, I will just say I am a strong advocate of making like buildings for your farms and stuff instead of just hiding them away underground or building them above ground and they look like ugly as hell. I like to kind of encase them in like a little build and have them be showcased. Oh, I'm gonna need a whole bunch of glass for this as well. Okay, I'm gonna have to get that later. But yeah, so now I think I'm going to maybe put them on this layer. Then we're gonna have to put part of the walls on here so that our water doesn't leak out. Okay, now we should be able to put all of our sugar canes on like so. Okay, now directly next to these, we're gonna put a row like so. Then above these, we're gonna put all of our pistons, and then above all of the pistons, we're gonna be putting some observers, just like this, all the way across. Now, I can't exactly remember how to do this. I think it's like this, and then underneath, we have to put another layer. Fucking bloody click, my goodness. And then we put some redstone dust on all of these blocks like so. I'm pretty sure that'll work. We can test it out just by putting a block in front of one of these observers, and yeah, there we go. It's working perfectly, hell yeah. Now underneath all of this, we need to add in our rail system to actually collect all of the blocks, or all of the sugarcane, I should say. So on the left and right side, we're gonna have to put some powered rails, and then we're going to connect them up with some regular rails, and right in the center is where I'm gonna put my hopper that connects up to our chest. So I'm gonna want the chest to probably be out here, and of course it starts raining. Bloody hell. So we're just going to put a temporary block right here so that we can, oh my goodness, how am I gonna get in there? We're gonna have to destroy these blocks as well. Now we can chuck our hopper on right here, remove this block, put our shit back. And I just realized I'm gonna need more hoppers if I want my chest to go all the way out. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. So now we've extended it out a little bit. I'm gonna put my chest right here. It's a little bit far down in the ground. So what I'm gonna do is actually just remove this like so. I'll actually put that back there. And then I'm gonna make like a little staircase thing around it, just so it doesn't look like it's like so far in the ground. Now we can chuck our rail back on. And now we also need to power these two rails at the ends. And to do that, I'm just gonna whack some levers on. Yeah. Now we can put our minecart with a hopper on here, and it should just go back and forth continuously between these 2 points. Now I'm gonna have to go get a bunch of sand to make some glass to encase this entire thing, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I've got my glass now. I think it should be enough, hopefully, and I've also realized that this is still too close, so I'm gonna have to move it out once again. I've made another hopper, so let's just chuck that in, and then I'm gonna add in our chest back over here. I also want to change these stairs to stone stairs, because it's more of like a floor material, I guess, and it just kind of makes more sense to me. Alright, now I need to figure out a front kind of design. It's a little bit difficult using glass and stuff, but we should be able to figure something out. I think the first thing I want to do is add in our kind of roof and like pillar design that we have on all of our other houses. So let's connect all of these up and add our little sticking out bits and stuff like that as well. Okay, then I think we'll try maybe something like this. I'm not really sure if this is what I'm wanting. And I think I might actually make these into glass panes to put in here as well, as that's going to look a little bit better. So let's go grab that. Okay, now let's see how this looks with some glass panes in these big kind of open areas. We're going to chuck some more in here as well, and then also on this side, of course. And yeah, I actually really like the way that looks. It kind of blends in with the rest of the buildings, which is exactly what I want. Now let's add on our kind of little front thingy designs. I don't really know what they're called. The things where the lanterns hang off of, like this. Okay, now I've just realized that the back is, yeah, it's like this. I can't really cover this up, and we've got this big gap in the front. I don't know how I didn't really realize this before, but I'm going to have to shift the whole build back. Or actually, I could just shift the mechanism forward. That'll probably be easier, I reckon. So I'm just going to quickly do that right now. Okay, there we go. Now with all of that fixed up, we now have another problem that we have to deal with, which is our glass panes here connecting up with the dirt below. And to fix that, I have just a simple idea, and that is that we're going to just replace those with some glass blocks like this, and then we're also going to place some more glass blocks on the top to even it out, just so it kind of looks like a pattern that was like intended, I guess, even though it wasn't. I would prefer to do the glass blocks kind of vertically instead of horizontally like this, but oh well. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Alright, and so now with all of the walls done, it's time to get onto the roof and make the roof. So this is gonna be pretty much exactly the same as the roofs over there. Nothing too special, just like that. It's a little bit of a smaller one, because instead of it being 5 wide, this one's only 3 wide, so it's only a little bit of a smaller roof, I guess. Alright, and there we go. We're now fully done with our fully automatic sugarcane farm. Now for one final test, we can just remove part of the wall here and maybe grow up a couple of these sugar canes, just manually, you know. And as we grow those, you should see that these should disappear. They've already disappeared, which means they've been collected by the minecart down below. And if we come over to our chest here, we should see we have a couple of sugar canes in here. Yes, we do. Sweet as. So this is going to make making bookshelves and stuff for the library a whole lot quicker and easier. I don't have to go and manually farm a whole bunch, which is what I was doing before. You can see my little farm down there. And yeah, this is just going to run as we kind of just do whatever we want, and we don't really have to worry about it, which is awesome. And now I quickly want to check to see if our villages have progressed any further. Last time I checked, there was no babies. We got 2 babies. Hell yeah, boys. We've got 2 babies. That is awesome. Once they become adults, we can move 1 or 2 of these out into the library, try and get a mending book, and yeah, we'll see how we go. All right, so while our villagers are breeding away over there, oh, we even have an iron golem now. Hell yeah. I want to make a fully automatic crop farm, and for that, we do need some villagers, so we're going to have to pull some from over there eventually when they've grown up, I guess. And so the spot for this crop farm that I want to make is over here. There's a nice flat spot where not too much work has to be done, which is right here. I'm probably going to fill in this first layer with dirt, and yeah, I might have to do a little bit of excavating, but yeah, we'll see how we go. All right, so now with our big area filled in, I need to figure out how I want to lay this out. And yeah, so I'm actually going to start off by placing in the mechanism, and this design is actually thanks to Chapman Farms on YouTube, so be sure to go and check that out. I've got his channel linked in the description. So our 2 fields are going to be on the left and right here, and we're going to have one guy in the center that they are going to like throw food to, I guess. So I'm going to put a fence gate here, and then this is going to be like our walkway down so that we can actually grab the crops that have been harvested. I might actually make a pathway on both sides just for ease of use. There we go. So now we can make our kind of fields sectioned off with some fences going around this way, and then also on this side. Okay, and there we go. There's the layout for our 2 farms. So now we're going to add in our little mechanism in the center. So this is where our village is going to be. That's going to be collecting the crops from the farmers that are going to be out here. And to prevent him from moving out, we're going to have to put a spruce trapdoor right here. So we're going to have to put a temporary block right here and then a spruce trapdoor on this block. We're going to have to do the same on this side, of course. And so that allows us to walk underneath, but it doesn't let the actual villagers leave. And actually messed up, these blocks here are actually supposed to be hoppers, and that's going to be what actually collects our items. So I'm going to destroy these 2 blocks as well. These are going to be our barrels that are going to hold the items. So let's put those 2 in, and then we're going to put our hoppers that connect up into those barrels here. And then on top of these hoppers, we're going to be putting 2 rails and then 2 minecarts with hoppers as well. And so the whole idea behind this is the farmers will get an excess of food, and then they will throw that into this villager in the center. They do that so that they can keep breeding, but this minecart with the hopper and the hopper below will prevent the crops thrown from the farmer to the villager in here. So it'll stop the villager from actually collecting them, and instead it'll go into the hopper and into this barrel. And I guess that's the whole idea behind it. If you want a more in-depth kind of look at how this is made, be sure to check out Chapman Farm's video. Now I just realized I need a way in and out of these actual farms, so I'm going to add some extra spruce fence gates on the sides here. And yeah, so that's pretty much all of the design done. Now what we need to do is actually add in everything for the farm. So we need to add the composter, which is the job site block, and then we need to also put in enough water and light for all of the crops, and then we need to of course move our farmers in. And so I'm just going to get everything done for the farms right now. I'll probably do it as a time lapse just because it's a bit boring, I guess. Alright, and so that's it. That's the full layout of the farms done. Eventually, I do want to replace these torches with some lanterns instead. However, I am definitely running out of iron. I've only got like 12 left. I need to do a big mining trip. So yeah, now we need to bring over 3 villagers from our pit. We need 1 in each farm and then 1 in the center. So yeah, let's do that right now. Okay, now with every villager in their positions, what we can go ahead and do is destroy the minecarts that they're in. These guys should run straight to the composter. Oh, Jesus, okay. And he should become a farmer, hopefully. There we go. Heading to the other side, we should be able to do the same thing for this guy. I'm gonna push him in a little bit further so he doesn't spawn on top of the frickin' fence. There we go. Okay, and now with the middle guy, all we need to do is just destroy the minecart that he's in, and he teleported up here. That's not very good. Please get in there. Oh, okay. That's not good. Okay, we're just gonna try and... There we go. Okay, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. All right, now what we gotta do is just get him over to here. Okay, he's in. Okay, we're good, we're good. Holy crap, that was stressful, to say the least. But yeah, we should be able to just leave this now, and we should come back to a full crop field and hopefully some crops as well in our barrels in due time. All right, and so now I'm gonna have to do that whole exact same thing. I've got 2 villagers here, and I'm gonna bring them over to the library in hopes of getting a mending book so that I can start using my diamond tools again. As you can see, I've switched over to some iron stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to leave this episode here. It is already pretty long enough at this point. Hopefully next episode you should see some enchantments on my tools. I'm gonna bring these guys over here and yeah, like I said, hopefully get a mending book and stuff like that. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on to be notified of future uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.